Hi everyone, this is Jed Shlackman. I'm a licensed mental health counselor, also a hypnotherapist and energy healer working out of Miami, Florida. And I'd like to share a little bit about what I do as a therapist, focusing on the hypnosis aspect. Since I work in this field of healing and provide wellness services for people addressing a variety of issues, I find that often we need to really get to the root or source of an issue, and hypnosis is really a very direct and powerful way, in many cases, to do that. Hypnosis is a process of helping a person shift their state of awareness, their focus of consciousness, so that we can access those deeper levels of their consciousness. The word unconscious or subconscious is often used to refer to those aspects or layers of the mind that lie beneath the conscious level of awareness. Right now, as you're watching this particular video, your focus of conscious awareness is on what you're observing and listening to, so your attention is directed toward that particular phenomena. However, while you're consciously focused on that, there's a much greater, more expansive, unconscious, or perhaps superconscious aspect of your being that's governing everything that's happening in your body, for example. So you're not consciously focused on all the muscles in your body, on the organs and what they're doing within your body. You're not consciously focusing on your heartbeat. Usually you're not consciously focusing on your breathing. So all these things are happening rather naturally and unconsciously, as people would often label that. So that part of your awareness that's unconscious is much greater, faster than the part that is focused in the conscious state. Therefore, there's a great potential there, so much that we could access that could create some type of shift or change within us, whether we're seeking to improve our physical health or seeking to change our habits, our behavioral patterns, those types of traits. We can address this by accessing that unconscious level of who we are. And we all have the power to do this. That part of our being, that unconscious and superconscious aspect, is always there. We're just usually not paying attention to it. We're not creating more of a conscious connection to it. What I mean by that is that most of the time, the conscious and subconscious are not in a state of clear communication with each other. So we have the conscious mind that operates in its particular sphere, and the unconscious is operating in its particular sphere, and they're functioning kind of independently of each other, even though they are to some extent dependent on one another or influencing one another. We just don't take advantage of that connection to intentionally reprogram our consciousness. So we let things kind of run on autopilot most of the time. When people are experiencing hypnosis in a therapeutic context, hypnotherapy that is, the therapist is helping create kind of a bridge, an integration of those levels of consciousness. So you're consciously aware of what's there in your unconscious. And as you create that connection, that bridge between the two, then you have much more power to create a shift or transformation. so you can intentionally reprogram or reprocess things. One of the most basic methods or fundamental approaches to hypnosis is a process that's called regression, where once you've guided that person into that state of openness to their subconscious, you guide them to begin to recall past experiences. So to help their consciousness tune in to that vast repository of memories, which can include all the memories of a person's entire lifetime, going all the way back through infancy, back even to the time when that person or that person's body was a fetus in the mother's womb, and even beyond that, so into the spiritual dimension, where a person can have memories of other lifetimes, other incarnations. I've also encountered cases where a person is able to access ancestral memory. So when they're in that hypnotic state, they tune in to the memories and experiences of ancestors, people in their ancestral lineage. So that could be people who are still alive, such as a mother or a father or grandparents, as well as people who are now deceased, but they can still tune in to the memories of those ancestors. In some cases, those memories are relevant to something a person is experiencing here in their current lifetime. So there could be certain psychological patterns that have been carried along. There could even be physical illnesses that have an ancestral link to them. So an ancestor experienced some type of stress, some trauma or challenging situation, and they had some type of coping mechanism that developed in response to that, which could be behavioral or biological. So the biological coping mechanism could appear in a sense as a disease or illness, but it's actually the way that organism or individual developed to cope with that challenging situation. So there could be a trigger in a person's current life that leads their mind or body to reenact or replay those past programs. And using hypnosis, we can go back to the root or origin of that, the source of where that pattern developed. When we do this, we have the opportunity to reprocess things, to release an attachment to that other time or other place, to let go of the old pattern if it's no longer necessary or productive here in the present. And this regression process is a form of hypnosis that's used for that. I find that for many people it's very effective. It can help with accessing things that people may not have been able to address with other forms of therapy. Some people are very naturally inclined to go into that deep state of hypnosis and to be able to access those types of memories. For other people, the process of letting their mind settle and shift into that state of focus could be more difficult. So different individuals have different levels of response or receptivity to hypnosis in general. It is something that can shift over time. So as you practice it more, as a person trains themselves in a sense to go into that state, whether it's with the support or assistance of a therapist, or practicing some form of self-hypnosis, or some type of meditation or meditative practice on their own, that skill can be built or developed so you're able to benefit from hypnosis more. I often combine hypnosis with other forms of therapy, sometimes with regular conscious methods of counseling, also with different forms of energy healing. So I may use Reiki or sound healing or energy psychology techniques or guided imagery, different other things that can affect the mind and the senses, or that could help support going into the state that's ideal for hypnosis, the things that foster relaxation. For those that are interested in learning more about hypnosis, you can read about this topic on my website, phinsights.com. That's phinsights.com. You can also learn there about how to get in touch with me if you're interested in this type of therapy. If you want to have some individual sessions, or if you want to participate in a group event, I do offer some group hypnosis sessions, usually for regression, where I'm doing a group guided spiritual regression exercise. So that information is available on the website, also on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Jedi Holistic Healing. That's JEDIHOLISTIC HEALING. I appreciate you for taking your time to view this video. For now, I want to wish each of you a wonderful day. Namaste.